Welcome to an episode of Rich Talks BS. I'm your host, Rich. College football playoffs. This playoff is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very entertaining. Your top four. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Clemson. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, Notre Dame. This is going to be a very interesting playoffs. With Notre Dame losing the ACC championship game the way they did to Clemson, are they going to be able to bounce back and beat this great Alabama team? No. This Alabama team is if not the best, one of the best Alabama teams that Nick Saban has had. This team is just rolling. The way they beat Florida in the SEC championship game was like the icing on the cake to this is what's going to happen to you if you play us in the playoff. This Alabama team is complete. This is a complete team. The offense, the defense, special teams, they're too good. Now, do they win it? I don't think so. They're going to beat Notre Dame. I have Alabama beating Notre Dame. I'm going to say 38-16. Clemson, Ohio State, rematch from last year's playoff is going to be very interesting because this Ohio State team should not have been in the playoffs. Yeah, they won the Big Ten. Sermon had over 300 rushing yards in a bowl game, in a conference game. And yeah, they beat Northwestern. Northwestern was good starting off, and they just went downhill from there. They weren't even supposed to play in the Big Ten championship game, but the Big Ten changed the rules, bent the rules a little bit, just so they could play because they wanted to be represented in the playoffs. Wow. You make the rules, stick to the rules. Why would you change it? That's just showing your selfishness. And it's bad because you had this Cincinnati team that was really good. This Cincinnati team was good. They're playing in a conference that's up and coming. They got good teams in their conference. And it would have been a little bit more interesting to see Cincinnati in the playoff than Ohio State. Cincinnati's defense is great. Their offense is great. They're good. They're a really good team. It would have been very interesting to see them, at the number 4 spot because I think if Ohio State didn't play in the Big Ten championship game or they would have lost, Cincinnati would have been the number 4 team and not Notre Dame. So to see Cincinnati play against Alabama would have been very interesting. I don't think it would have been that close of a game, but it still would have been a very interesting game, especially for them to be, outside the Power 5. Clemson, this is going to be an easy game for them against Ohio State. This is not the same Ohio State team from last season, and they're not that explosive. They're not that good. And Clemson is going to win this game. I have Clemson winning 35-10. Alabama-Clemson, that's what I'm waiting on. We're going to have another Alabama-Clemson national title game. Trevor Lawrence is going to finish on top. I don't know why Trevor Lawrence is not really in the Heisman talk. Trevor Lawrence is great. Best quarterback in the nation. And he's trying to ride off in the sunset from college. He already knows he's going to be the number 1 pick. We all know he's going to be the number 1 pick. And to cap it off with a national title win, another national title win over Alabama, which is going to happen. It's going to be a closer game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be entertaining. Travis Etienne hasn't been himself the last couple of games, but in the playoff, we're gonna see ETN go. He's gonna ball out. He's gonna go off on these teams. Ohio State and Alabama, and is gonna be just a great way to cap off his college career. Also, I have the score: Clemson 31, Alabama 28. That's all the BS I have for this episode. Until next time.